Imagine living in a country where millions of people go to bed hungry every night, where children are malnourished and underweight, and where the nation ranks 107th out of 121 countries in the Global Hunger Index. Shockingly, this is the reality for India today. In this chapter on poverty as a challenge, we will discuss the complex nature of poverty, its causes, and impact on individuals and communities. We'll explore the concept of the poverty line, identify vulnerable groups, and examine anti-poverty measures taken by the Government of India. This video will dive deep into the chapter on poverty as a challenge, uncovering all the essential details including the topics. What is poverty? Two typical cases of poverty. Poverty as seen by social scientists. Poverty line and poverty estimates. We will start by understanding the concept of poverty in simple terms. So what is poverty? Poverty is a difficult situation where people struggle to meet basic needs like food, shelter, and education. It means not having enough money for proper healthcare, clean water, or a stable job. People living in poverty often feel helpless and may face unfair treatment in various places. In India, poverty is a big challenge to be truly independent. To make it more clear, let us examine the two typical cases of poverty. Urban case and the rural case. Let's first discuss the urban case. Ram Saran is a worker in a flour mill, near Ranchi, Jharkhand. He earns around 1,500 rupees and has to support a family of 6 people, including his elderly parents. Despite his wife and son also working, their combined income is not enough to provide education for their children, who can't go to school. They live in a small rented house on the edge of the city, and the children don't have enough food, proper clothing, shoes, or access to healthcare. Moving forward, we will now try to understand what is the situation with the rural case. Lakha Singh is a poor worker who lives in a small village near Meerut, Uttar Pradesh. He does not have his own land and works for other farmers to earn 50 rupees daily. Sometimes, he gets grains or other things instead of money. He cannot read or write and has a big family of 8 people. They all live in a weak hut at the end of the village. The family cannot go to the doctor and they cannot buy new clothes, soap or oil. As we have gone through the two examples of poverty, we can now move forward to our next topic, that is how poverty is seen by social scientists. Poverty is a complex issue that has many aspects, and experts use different measures to study it. Traditionally, people have used income and consumption levels to measure poverty, but now, experts also consider factors such as illiteracy, malnutrition, access to healthcare, job opportunities, and clean water and sanitation. In the present scenario, it is becoming increasingly common to analyze poverty based on social exclusion and vulnerability. So it is important to understand these two terms. So what is social exclusion? Social exclusion happens when people are left out of benefits, opportunities, and resources that others have access to. This can cause poverty or it can be a result of poverty. For example, in India, certain castes are excluded from equal opportunities. Proceeding further, let us comprehend the concept of vulnerability. Vulnerability to poverty is when certain people or communities are more likely to become or remain poor in the future. This is because they have fewer options for making a living and are at greater risk during natural disasters or other crises. For instance, widows or physically handicapped individuals might face greater difficulties in finding alternative livelihoods due to limited education, assets, and job opportunities. Vulnerability also means that they are more likely to be affected negatively than others during difficult times, such as when jobs become scarce, or when a natural disaster hits. So far, we have learned about the various aspects of poverty. Now, we will explore how poverty is measured with the poverty line. The poverty line is an imaginary line used to measure poverty by comparing a person's income or consumption level to a minimum level required to fulfill basic needs. This line varies with time and place, as different countries have different living standards and social norms. In simple terms, if a person's income is below the poverty line, they are considered poor. In India, the poverty line is calculated based on the minimum requirement of food, clothing, footwear, fuel, education, and medical facilities needed for survival. The required calorie intake for an average person is 2,400 calories in rural areas and 2,100 calories in urban areas. The monetary expenditure needed to buy these calories in terms of food grains is revised periodically to account for changes in prices. For the year 2011 and 2012, the poverty line was set at Rs 816 for rural areas and Rs 1,000 for urban areas. A family of 5 living in rural areas earning less than Rs 4,080 per month would be considered below the poverty line. Similarly, a family of 5 in urban areas would need at least Rs 5,000 per month to meet their basic needs. The poverty line is updated every 5 years through surveys conducted by the National Sample Survey Organization, NSSO. Let's take a look at the poverty estimates from the past 20 years to better understand how poverty has changed in India. The table here shows a significant decrease in poverty in India over the years. In 1993 and 94, about 45% of the population was below the poverty line, which reduced to 37.2% in 2004 and 2005 and further to 22% in 2011 and 2012. If this trend continues, less than 20% of people may be living in poverty in the next few years. Although poverty rates also decreased between 1973 and 1993, the most significant reduction in the number of poor people happened between 2004 and 2005 and 2011 and 2012. During this time, the number of poor people dropped from 407 million to 270 million, with an average annual decrease of 2.2 percentage points. From this data we can infer that poverty in India has been decreasing over the years, with a more significant decline in the number of poor people between 2004 and 2012. If this trend continues, poverty rates may drop below 20% in the coming years. In conclusion, we can say that poverty happens when people don't have enough money to buy things they need like food, shelter, and education. Poverty can also make people feel left out and vulnerable. To measure poverty, experts use something called the poverty line, which is a level of income or consumption below which people are considered poor. In India, the poverty line is based on what people need to survive, like food, clothes, and medical care. We hope this video has helped you grasp the chapter Poverty as a Challenge, to some extent. In our next video, we'll discuss vulnerable groups and differences between states, explore global poverty and its causes, and talk about ways to fight poverty and the challenges we face. To enhance your learning and improve your academic performance, consider using EduRev app. Here you can find chapter notes, interesting video lectures, and NCERT-focused multiple-choice quizzes for each chapter, all in one place.